Okay, so good afternoon. So obviously this is the next project of the next project, which is obviously getting the area dug out, getting it hardcored and then getting the vats in. So what I've done so far is water's been emptied out of there. Obviously we've got these covers on the top now for the time being. So water's emptied out of there. There's a bit left in there, but I'll soon sort that out. That has been moved into here. The reason for that is obviously I want to test these vats. I want to make sure there's no leaks in them before I use them. Obviously I'll put a connection on there, and I've done a connection on that one as well, exactly the same. So obviously, and again this one's got water in it as well, and for exactly the same reason I want to make sure there's no leaks in it. So what'll happen is the length of that connection will be made onto the end of there to make sure it's exactly the same, and then further down the line there'll be a T-piece and then run into a hose. Guys have been here today. Basically what I've asked them to do is to dig down 170 mil, or basically the height of the grass that was put down after the crash at the top of the garden. It was actually higher than the decking, so I wanted it taken below the decking, so hardcore then will go in to roughly just a little bit above the decking. So then obviously when all the vats go in theory when you walk across it, it should be relatively level. So that's the way they want to go. So I'll show you where they are at the moment. I think they've done a cracking job today so far. So that's where they are today. So as you can see now, they're at the level of the decking. So the hardcore should come up, that's approximately 6 inches. So the hardcore should come up pretty much level with that, and then it should come up to here. But when you see how much extra soil, you can see it's quite a bit. I mean, it's you know, it's a spade depth. So obviously that's been made level now. You can tell that's the original one because that's where the original washing line used to be. So, which was a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, so basically what happened is that blue vat will go in that corner. One of the red vats then will sit, or one of the blue vats will sit there, which will probably come to, I don't know, probably about there I would have thought. And then the second vat will sit here alongside this one as well here. This area then will have some kind of a fence or something up here, and then directly behind there will be the 310 and the 220, and obviously all the electrics and everything will be around the back. So the whole idea then is that becomes the shop, that becomes the walk-in area, that becomes the view into the first vats. Up the step, walk across the path, you can then view the second one here. So that's the plan. Obviously the plan, and coming to full fruition, for want of a better word, then obviously then we just got to play the waiting game on that. It's as simple as that. Originally this project had to be done, or has got to be done by March. Nah, it's going to have to be before that now. Cut a long story short, if a lot of you have watched my previous videos, you'll know that I've had a problem with my bowels and stuff like that as a direct result of the issue they had when I fell in the pond, well, I fell in the hole of the pond best part of 2 years ago. I've had what they call the pre-assessment, is it pre-assessment or pre-op? I think it's called a pre-op, which is on the 28th of December. Probably be looking at, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks after that, then I'm going to have to go in, potentially have this operation, and I'm going to be out of action for probably about 3 months. So if you look at where we are from a timeline point of view, I've got to get this done before, well, I've got to get it done before the new year, to be fair. When I say finished, the vats have got to be here. Filling them with water and then getting the filtration in ain't really an issue, so that's not really much of a problem. But getting everything else in place is. And obviously I've got the, you know, I've got the main lads, I've got the Black Country boys coming down to help me. I've already had Dad give me a bollocking, turning around and saying, you ain't doing nothing, we're doing it. And it's like, okay, but you know, at the end of the day I want to be able to come and help you guys do stuff. And they're gone, yeah, that's fine, but you ain't doing nothing. So I've got to do it. So like I said, hopefully these guys will have their bits and pieces finished by tomorrow. Hopefully they'll be the hardcore down, and then what I'll try and do then, or the idea that I've got then potentially, is We've got get Dave's glazing in on Saturday, on Saturday, and then we're going somewhere on Saturday as well to go and do something. I can't remember what it is that we're going to do. So that leaves me with Sunday. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and get these in on Sunday. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, obviously I've got to try and get this video out as well, so if the video doesn't go out this week, bearing in mind we're now on the 15th of November, so potentially I'll probably get this done this week. If I can't get the vats in this week, then I'll put the video out the following week, which obviously on this video could be this week, if that makes sense. But no problem at all. Hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you later. Okay, good afternoon. So lads are finished now. Obviously I'll do some advertisements at the end of this video, put a link on to what they did and how they did it. Price was exactly how I predicted. However, obviously incorporated into that, I said I'd do some bacon and egg sandwiches for them. So that's what Teresa did. So yeah, they've done a cracking job. Like I said, they took it down 170 mil, and then they put in 100 mil, just over 125 mil of hardcore backing, which left me 50 mil one end, because obviously the grass on one side is higher than the other, obviously. So I'll explain it a bit more, because I know it sounds like I'm talking complete and utter strange stuff here, so just bear with me. So that is the decking area, and that's got to be raised up slightly. It's got to come up about, I don't know, 3 inches, so there'll be a batten that'll run all the way along, okay? And obviously that now is the area that they've done the hardcore on. So obviously now, like I said, over there you've got 50 mil. So what'll happen is I'll utilise that area and that area, because if you look at that and the gaps that I've got underneath them to get them underneath the bottom drain, that's why I've done it. Yes, I could have dug it out. Yes, I could have put them in. It's easier just doing it like that, because I can make it easier. And then if everything goes pear-shaped, this can then have sand in it, and it can be block paved. Very, very simple. So what will happen is, obviously I will get about 5 tonne of 20 mil stone. Those will get installed, so one will go there hopefully, one will go here. Then that square vat will go over there and made level. The filters will go behind the back. The power will be located on the back of the fence, and that power will come from the back of the shop once the shop's up and running. So that's the plan for that. As you can see, it's all a bit of a mess, but it's in the middle of the winter. Well, I say in the middle of the winter, it's the beginning of the winter in it, if you like. So obviously now, so I'll just explain it here again. So obviously the signs and stuff got to be put on and stuff like that. So obviously it's going to be dark out here now, so let me show you. So I'm going to turn around. Okay, obviously those bins and stuff, they'll be gone. They'll have a new home. So what'll happen is you'll walk through here, shop will be located there, then you'll have the sales area. Square, 2 round, 2 filters behind the back, and there'll be a fence. You can walk across here to see the 2 vats here, or you can walk along there to see that vat that side. There is a small step which is located there, and to be honest with you, it's always been there. Nothing's ever changed, and that was what the original decking area was. And then obviously everything was built up to come into the chairs, ready for the wheelchairs. That was what it was all designed for. So what I've done is I had everything brought up to the level of the decking. Like I said, there'll be a batten approximately 2 inches there. That will come up. It'll just run across, right across the edge to make sure that it wouldn't become a trip hazard, because obviously that will all be locked in. There'll be a vat there and then a vat there. Hopefully you'll have the square vat there, and then obviously then here and here you'll have your 2 filters. I'm going to look at possibly putting up a fence there, possibly. Whether I need to or not, we'll just have to wait and see, because I need to have access to get around the back to do filter cleans and stuff like that. So personally I think they've done a cracking job for what it is. Like I said, I'm all smashed to pieces, my body's knackered, so just getting somebody in to come and do it was obviously a godsend for me, so that's why I'm happy. We're We've got some bits and pieces that have got to be done over the next couple of days. I'm currently re-emptying vats. So these 2 vats now are being re-emptied. So that one's being pumped into that one. That one's being filled up. That one's being sorted. Then that will then go straight back into there. And then obviously I'll keep that full for now. I'll get these into position over here using the bottom valves. And then I'll fill these back up with water. And that's how I'll do it. And then I can calculate all the water that goes into them. And then obviously put the filter at the behind the back of it. Clever little design on this one. So this is the 310. I've never seen this before, so let me show you. So this is obviously the Nexus 310. Somebody's made a modification to this one. I've never seen it before. So if anybody else has seen it, give us a shout. But basically what they've done, they've put a ring in with what looks like a riser. So basically the water comes up, that float comes in, locks it and prevents any more water from coming in. I've never seen that before. So if anybody else has seen that, give me an idea of what it is. But like I said, this is a 310. So obviously this one's all going to be de-leaved. It's already been bleached and everything, so this is all just going to be cleaned out, finished off. That'll be re-sterilised. I'll also put a Vercon in here just to be on the safe side. Then that vat will then service those 2. The 220, that will service that one. Okay. Well, obviously it's going to be massively over filtered, but to be fair, there's going to be quite a few fish in there. You know what I mean? So you're probably talking, I don't know, anything from 50 to 200 plus fish in there. So you need to have some bloody good filtration to do that anyway, especially when it comes up to the sales area. So yeah, so it's looking pretty good. I'm going to leave this video here for now and obviously move on to the next bit, probably Sunday-ish now. So today is Thursday the 16th of November. Ideally I'd like to try and get as much of this done. We'll probably have Christmas Day night and easer, but then the rest of it is just going to be work to get this all done. We're in a good place. So catch you on the next bit. Okay, good afternoon. This is Sunday. I got a clue what the date is. I know it's just after what it was before. I'll show you where we are at the moment anyway. So all the vats are in now pretty much. So those 2 now are joined up, and they're joined with couplers and T-pieces. So you've got 2 valves onto a T-piece. That goes down the back and then goes into that filter over there. That one I've got to do yet, so I haven't done that, so I'll just show you. So you can see, look, I'm going to put these on here to raise this, because then obviously the gravel's going to go in there out the way. So that's looking pretty good. I'm just walking down here. I've got access now around here, so I can get to the filters. Power supply will go up here somewhere. So as you can see, the 2 valves are in there, look, and you can see that there's water in these. There's water in that one as well. I'll show you that. Okay, Trace, having a bit of a play in here, but you can see there's water in that one as well. And that's the same height, which is perfect. So they're equal. Obviously I've got a T-piece into there, into a ball valve. There ain't much water in there, there's barely any at all. And then what I've got to do then, I've got to get a pump to come off that. So I need another 4 to 2. So a pump will come off there, come round. It's going to come round here somewhere, come back up here, and then 2 pipes will go in either side there. I was going to connect them up to there, but I'm just going to block them off because they just don't look right. And then once I've done that, I'm going to get this one connected up. So that'll come through a 2-inch waste. That'll come into there, come straight into this, into the 220. And obviously a pump on that side, pump over there will then come out from there, come straight back into this one. So we're in a bad place, looking pretty good so far. So still got a few more bits and pieces to do, and then I'll start ordering the gravel and stuff like that. I've got to get power to it as well, and some other bits and pieces. So this video will probably go out next Sunday now, I would have thought. Yeah, I think it's the 17th of November today, I think. I've just lost track of time on everything, to be fair. So, I know that I'll leave it to that. So, have a good one. Catch you later. Okay, so good afternoon. So, as you know, I've been doing some bits and pieces down the bottom. Setting the vats up, getting the bits and pieces in. So, let me show you what I'm up to so far. And this will be pretty much it now for a couple of weeks. I'll show you. So there you go. Obviously we've got a few bits and pieces I've got to sort out. Nothing really major. Because obviously there's more water going into that one than there is that one. But I'll sort that out in a bit. Yes, I apologise about that. So as I was saying, show you. So obviously we got them now. That's running at 51 that is at the moment, so decent flow on there. Obviously that water is green, which we half expected, and obviously you've got that one as well. We've started putting the gravel round as well, so obviously you can see what we've been doing with that now. Obviously we've got to go all this finished round here. Piping obviously is a bit of a monstrosity, but it is where it is. So we've got a decent flow on here as well, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, so looking good, looking good, looking good. I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. Right, so catch you in a bit. So yeah, so it's coming on really good, isn't it, to be fair. I've got to plumb up the other one later on. I've got to get the 250 and connect up the 220 Nexus. But not ain't too bad, I'm happy with that. Shout out. So obviously I told you originally about the guys that come in to do the groundwork for me. And that company is called Final Touch Groundworks Limited. I'll show you their card now. Yeah, really good lads, absolutely fantastic. Come and did a fantastic job, and I mean a fantastic job. Tied it up after, did everything. Yeah, price is really good. I did say I wouldn't be specific on the price, but it was good. If you remember, I was talking about, I was looking for a target of 35 a square metre. And a bacon egg sandwich each as well, so they did alright, they did alright. So honestly, fantastic job. Like I said originally, and I'll keep saying it, these guys didn't know I was going to be advertising them at all. So yeah, big shout out to them, they did a fantastic job. So yeah, so obviously I get some more gravel in, a bit more tidying up to do today, but apart from that, that's it. I want to try and get this video out today. The weather's not the world's nicest either, so no, I'm chuffed with that. It works really well. So it works really well. I'm really happy with that. And believe it or not, that's on 1%. Just 1%, that's all that's on. So, yep. So I'm going to leave that at that. I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your weekend. I'm going to sit down now and have a few beers. I'm going to go have a peek. Well, I'm going to go have a peek first, drop a sack over. 1 ton gravel sack, because he needs that for his project. Big shout out as well to David. Got me out of trouble yesterday with some pipe work. And also a big shout out to Big Ron at Shirley Aquatics, because I had a problem with the Nexus 310. Both Dave and Big Ron turned around and said, do it this way. So that's basically what I did. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it to that. So have a good one, enjoy the rest of your weekend, take it easy, speak to you soon.